What's going on, Geekdom? This is Chipmunk. I'm doing something different for my review today. Apologize. Um, but yeah, we are going to do the review over Black Phone 2. I watched it this past Saturday. Yeah, so with Black Phone 2, is as far as just a small description of what's going on. There will be spoilers, just to let y'all know ahead of time. There will be some spoilers regarding this. So, Black Phone 2 is the continuation of the first Black Phone, where the famous grabber was, taking children and everything. This time, his plans was taken down or faltered due to Finn and his sister. Um, so Finn eliminated the grabber. So yeah, a few years go by until Black Phone 2. Um, he still is dealing with the issues of ghosts or kid ghosts and stuff calling different payphones and stuff, and so he doesn't want to deal with it. He can't. He states that he can't help them. Whatever. His sister Gwen is still having dreams and stuff, and she sleepwalks when she has these dreams. So she's seeing the kids and stuff in her dreams and everything. This leading to this Christian youth camp. Finn doesn't want to go. He doesn't really want to deal with it. Gwen sees her mother, so she was like, "It's a side to her mother," so she wants to go. So Gwen, Finn, and Ernesto, this young guy whose brother was one of the kids that was gotten by the grabber, um, goes to the youth camp. Ernesto's in love with Gwen, whatever. Yeah, moving forward. So they go to the Christian youth camp. The Christian youth camp was basically kind of closed due to the weather and everything. Not the kids and other counselors and stuff couldn't make it. So yeah, so they try to figure out what happened with the kids and their mother, and why the place was special for the mother. They find out the grabber was there in the youth camp before, so they try to help free the kids' souls and everything. The grabber, even though he's dead, he goes after Gwen in her dreams, and yeah, so they have to stop the grabber again. But this time, the spirit of the grabber. So that's basically the story. Without getting too much into everything and every little bit, um, I actually liked Black Phone 2. I didn't think I would like it as much as I did. There's a lot of things that are bad with it. It's not like perfect or anything, but it's not bad. I've heard some people say that it was a useless part 2. I don't think it was useless due to the fact that it continues to give more information regarding like the mother. We get a better feeling of the father because for me, I didn't too much like the father in the first one. I feel a lot better with the father in the second one, the second movie, and we get more information about the grabber, where he started at when he was taking kids and stuff like that. So we basically get a little bit of starting point for characters and stuff with everything. So I don't think it was completely useless, but was it needed? I don't think any part 2 is really needed or any movie. A lot of movies could be standalone, but as far as just making trilogies and all this other stuff, it was fine. If they do make a trilogy, it'd definitely be weird because I feel like that whole situation with the grabber is definitely over from what how this movie ended. But yeah, who knows? Who knows? They could come out with part 3 for all I know. But it was decent. It was decent. Um, there's some things I didn't like about it, far as it was some stuff that was confusing with the story. Mostly the grabber's powers and abilities and what he was able to do, I think got kind of muddied, or the information just flip flopped when it came to it. It just didn't. It wasn't very understandable about the situation when it came to the grabber and being able to do certain things in the movie. So yeah, that was one of the things I didn't typically care for. But there was a lot of things to like about it. I think there was a lot of great cinematic looks to the film. I think the scare moments worked out pretty nicely. Some of the shots were crazy. I think the heightened danger was there, but it just wasn't. It was again, no one typically. It wasn't as crazy brutal as I would have thought in part two. So it's not as brutal, but it is still very scary. It has a lot of great stuff to it when it comes to the cinematic look and feels. It definitely has some things that you can say they kind of took from A Nightmare on Elm Street, but I say it feels like its own typical kind of thing, just because the information isn't as clear of what the abilities and stuff are. So the how everything worked. There's some stuff I wish they would just change differently, but it is what it is. I'll explain each and everything here in a minute, but I want to go into the Rotten Tomatoes information. So with Rotten Tomatoes, they did pretty well as far as with the audience and the critic score. Um, Critics has it at a 74, and audiences have it at an 85. But it did pretty well. I would lean, for me, just watching it as a score, I think I'll lean more with the critics as a 70. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I lean more towards the 74. But it still was decent. Um, and it still was pretty enjoyable for the most part. So the thing that, as far as just that wasn't clear, and if someone else can clear it for me, they feel like they have a better understanding than I did. This is the thing that I didn't understand when it comes to the ability. So this will be spoilers. If y'all don't want this portion of it, thank y'all for hopping on. But this is the spoilers person. So this is the conversation. Please let me know. Uh, so the grabber, when everything was first starting to happen, when he first contacted Finn, he said he was wanting revenge, and he's going. The only way he can do it is by taking out his sister, which is understandable because she's the one who's falling asleep, and she's the one who sees the spirits and ghosts when she's asleep. So it makes perfect sense. The thing about that is, later on in the movie, he's able to touch and get to everybody in the movie while she's asleep. So I'm like, why not just wait until she's asleep and take out Finn? Because that's he has the ability to do that. So that defeats the purpose of just going after Gwen for revenge against Finn if he can just take out Finn. Because in one point in the movie, he actually just grabs, he uses the whip and starts choking Finn. So I was like, why not just take him out? That way, you probably wouldn't have went through a whole bunch of mess if you just went for Finn in the first place instead of Gwen. But, it is what it is. The other part that I was like kind of confused on is the whole powers thing. That freeing the children and, getting their bodies discovered is what fuels his power. I don't understand how that actually works. To me, that's just kind of a weak playoff. But I was like, I guess. And how it kind of ended with them pulling them down and stuff like that. I was like, couldn't you have done that without, as far as just ghosts go, without having your bodies discovered? I don't typically understand exactly how that works in the world. But, it is what it is. But I was like, if y'all could explain it, y'all can let me know exactly how y'all feel about the whole situation when it comes to that and the abilities and everything. It's not as crazy as like Freddy's. At least Freddy's is like he's powered due to fear. Fear is what powers him. So if you know who Freddy is, the more power he gets and gains. So the more fear you have of Freddy, the more you know of him, the stronger he gets. This is just like, okay, kids' bodies are discovered, affects his ability to do what? Take out people in the real world? Like, I don't know exactly where exactly that, stem of power or what they're trying to state when it comes to that. I feel like he should still be able to attack them and go after them as a ghost. I don't think it eliminates him as a ghost because, one, the grabber, he has no peace. He doesn't gain any peace to move on, so he'll still be there, I would think. But, it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that, because that just confused the heck out of me when it came to the story. But other than that, I thought it was decent. I think we end on a good note with the father and everything. So I was like, at least I don't hate him as much as I did in the first movie. I would just say that at least I don't hate him as much as in the first movie. He becomes more sympathetic in this one for me, especially with what happened with the mother and stuff. Another thing I wish that they just separate the abilities. Like Gwen couldn't hear phones at all. The only one who's able to hear phones is Finn, because Finn can't his dreams. He can't see anybody in his dreams, but the only thing he could do was hear people over the phones and stuff like that. Talk to people over the phone, or ghosts and spirits. So I wish they would have just kept that separate. Like each kid got a different ability from the mom, and we just kept it that way. Now we know that Gwen has that ability to hear the phones as well. It's like, okay, so she fully has the ability of the mother. So it is what it is. But it's like, I guess. But yeah, overall, still decent story. People should watch it. If you like this video, please put a like on the video. If you like to subscribe and see some more of my if you like to subscribe and hear some more of my reviews and other takes and stuff, please do. A lot of stuff going on as far as just videos and stuff goes. So I appreciate y'all for hopping on and giving me a try. I really do. I really do. My channel is it's a lot going on with it. You'll see a lot going on with it, but it's all derived over my geek stuff or geekdom, everything. So if you're here just for reviews, Sundays you'll mostly get that. If you're here for music, Wednesdays is the best points to check on my channel. For animation, reactions, and other stuff, that's Mondays. For horror stuff and everything, that's Fridays. It is the spooky season, so every day is basically horror. But yeah. Gaming stuff is usually Saturdays. That's how it was at the beginning, but it has kind of slowed down. I'm gonna try to get back to it, but Saturdays is usually gaming stuff. Uh, we appreciate y'all so much. Please do take care of yourselves and others. Peace, geekdom.